I look out to the spit here and I see a lot of Japanese knotweed and blackberry and a lot of the plants that come in, after great disturbance. It's right next door to Cathedral Park and the St. John's Bridge. It's a place where people wander and come over. It's a place where people access the water. With the pandemic, a lot of plans changed, including the future of the greenhouse. That left this amazing opening here for Rewild to step in.
We've moved into Green Anchors, and that's where the greenhouse lives. It's a former shipyard, and it's been converted into an eco-industrial park. As an organization, if we own a greenhouse, we can do all kinds of things that we can't do right now. Rewild Portland is really moving toward food sovereignty and food resilience. And so in order to do that, we want to really be thinking about growing as much food as we can within the Portland area and beyond. But by having this greenhouse, we'll be able to start doing that in a way that we haven't been before.
One of our main goals in acquiring this nursery is to be able to support first foods projects regionally, to be able to put plants in the community so that, for example, when we're teaching about wildcrafting, we can put the plants that we're teaching about into gardens all around the region.
It'll be essentially a nexus for rewilding, a physical one, and we haven't really had that. We've mostly been nomadic with our programming and things like that throughout the years. The idea of a nursery as a central place for rewilding, I think, is going to be really cool and benefit everybody and really draw our focus.
There is an incredible amount of energy in the organization that's been building for years and years and years. And now there's this opportunity to have a place to really practice a lot of the principles that we care about as an organization. Throughout the pandemic, actually, this piece of ground has been kind of a siren song to people who wander down here because suddenly there's all this space and time in their lives and they wonder what's happening and want to learn about working with the earth. They want to learn about gardening. They want to learn about growing food. They want to be near the river. They want to watch something grow.
It just feels generative. There's a lot of hopelessness, I think, around what can people do. We see a lot of degeneration in our environments with climate change and other things, and by being able to put our hands in the dirt and physically grow things that we know are going to be actually planted and restored, it's just a different kind of relationship, and there's never been a better time because with the pandemic, with climate change, all of the things increasing, we just need to be doing this stuff and building biodiversity that much faster. With the hopelessness that kind of comes with understanding climate change and things like that, I think that the philosophy of rewilding is one side of finding hope, but then actually having an outlet to embrace the ground and create it with your own hands and in a community is like the fusion of all of that stuff and the coalescence of all those things. And it couldn't happen at a more important and more urgent time.
This is our season of dreaming, of planning rotations, of thinking about what we really want to grow, what our community really wants for us, and also of understanding how funding is going to work and reaching out to our community for support for the big push that's going to come in spring. When I think about this as the Rewild home, I think the thing that lights me up the most is just having a place where the community can complete a harvest cycle together and celebrate it. Just to be able to go through that cycle of dreaming, of planting, of tending, of growing, of harvesting, and then sharing the harvest in joy and celebration.
You can just follow the links below to our fundraising campaign for the greenhouse, and we'll have lots of different tiers with which people can donate and what that amount will mean for us and what it'll mean for the greenhouse and what we'll be able to grow and that kind of stuff moving forward into this coming spring.
how can we serve? What's possible? Let's experiment. Let's play. Let's make connections through plants, through the process of growing them, through just being together with our hands and